Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Candy. I have 5 children and we live on almost 100 acres here in Oklahoma, and we homeschool year round, and my husband's a truck driver. So we try to make sure that dinners are all together as a family, and that time is an important time for us. Okay, so Monday, I didn't have time to film my actually cooking dinner because we were working in the yard. But I made chicken fried steak, mashed potatoes, brown gravy, and peas. And it was really good. The kids love chicken fried steak, so yeah. It's pretty simple dinner. And if you guys have any questions, I can make chicken fried steak sometime and video it. I just didn't this time. On Tuesday, we had pork chops. I just browned them in one of my cast iron skillets on both sides, and I did this with, I think there were 6, and I just put them in a greased crock pot. I had some bag and seasoned pork chop stuff that I'd bought back when I was pregnant with my youngest and never used. And so I poured that over the pork chops and added just maybe less than 1/8 of a cup of water and just let it cook on low for 6 hours. With that, I did some broccoli cheddar rice and green beans, and just for a quick and easy dinner. We were working in the yard that day, so we still had dinner, homemade, and I wasn't hovering over it. This was what the kids' plates look like. And this was my plate. Wednesday was our big grocery day, and so I had these leg quarters that I had purchased, and I just cut them up and put this kicked up chicken and ground black pepper on, and I just put them on the smoker so I could work on finishing putting up groceries. And we had macaroni, baked potatoes, and corn, and that was a quick easy dinner for Wednesday so I could get the groceries put up. This was the kids' dinner plates, and my oldest actually had a baked potato. He did not want macaroni, and he had a cottage cheese with his also, and that's my plate. Thursday night, I cooked up some chili for Frito chili pies. It was half ground pork, half ground beef, garlic, onion powder, cumin, paprika, Williams chili seasoning, which I don't think I like it as much as my husband, so I add more seasoning. Black pepper, 2 tomato sauces, and the Clint's Texas salsa because I didn't have any Rotel. Here I added the beef back, and I added the salsa, and I stirred it all up really well, and then I added just enough water to get it to the consistency I wanted it at, and left it in the crock pot on warm for a while. And then we had our Frito chili pies, and everybody picked what they wanted on theirs, and that was for dinner Thursday night. Papa? Okay guys, Friday my husband was home early enough that he could have dinner with us, and we cooked the kids the bourbon catfish that they've been asking for. I took out 2 risottos, but we actually only ended up making the asparagus one. I made these 2 steaks because my husband won't be home, I don't think, on Father's Day. 2 cans of veggies, and baked potatoes for myself and my husband. So I seasoned up the steaks, threw them on the grill, and then I threw the catfish in the oven in these little bags, which this was the first time I had made those. The kids really liked them. I don't know. They're kind of expensive for 2 little pieces of fish. Probably won't do it again. But here I'm melting butter with garlic and Worcestershire, however you want to say it. And I'm melting it up and bringing it up to a bubble to put mushrooms in it. And then I just kind of cooked them around for a minute, covered them up, and put them on low to cook for the steaks. And then this was everything for dinner. I forgot to take a picture of the risotto because it was still in the microwave and everybody was starving. But there was my plate. Saturday's dinner was quick and easy because we were working on picking plums and blackberries. So I fried up some potatoes in a big old skillet, and when they were pretty well done, I just added a big family pack of smoked sausage and seasoned it up really good, and we just had it with some salad. Last minute, my landlord showed up and she brought me like 200 radishes. And so I went ahead and cleaned up and cut up a couple of them for the salad. I have absolutely no clue what I'm going to do with the rest of them, but today I'm going to get them cleaned up and look into if I can freeze them or what I can do, because I seriously have way too many radishes to know what to do with. But here I am just seasoning up my potatoes. I did black pepper, onion, garlic, paprika, and some salt. Oh, and I think I added some black pepper flakes to that too, but I keep them in the other cabinet because I have more spices than I have room on my spice rack. And I'm just stirring everything around before I add the sausage. Here I'm just adding the smoked sausages so they can warm up. Here, I'm just realizing that it was more work than the spatula could handle, and I'm switching to a slotted spoon to finish mixing it up. So here's dinner tonight. Corn, a salad, and the smoked sausages and potatoes. And here is my giant 3 bags of radishes. If you have any ideas on what to do with them, please let me know in the comments below. But this is where I cleaned up, and I was working on shredding up a few of them to add to the salads. Also, I love this slicer. I got it on Amazon, I believe, and I'll link it below. I can use it for shredding cheese and all kinds of stuff, and my blades exchange out, and I even have a juicer that comes with it. They don't sponsor me or anything like that, but I love it, so I will link it below. And there is my dinner plate. Okay, guys, on Sunday I made spaghetti and rolls, and I used my bread machine to make my dough. I already showed a video on how to make these, and I will link it below here. But yeah, there's the rolls going in and the finished rolls. The whole process of making them is in the other video, so I didn't want to reshare it again here. But there's the rolls, and my daughter is just basting them over with butter because everybody loves butter. Okay, this is my ground beef, and I seasoned it with Italian seasoning, parsley, basil, onion, and Parmesan cheese, and I added 1 egg. And I just hand mixed it with all the spices, and I did it really quick. You don't want to over mix the meat when you make meatballs, and you don't want to like over handle it when you're shaping the meatballs. So this is a really quick process, and it's really not as much of a pain as you would think it is. Here I'm just mixing everything up and getting it ready to form the meatballs. Now I'm just setting my Instant Pot on saute with a little bit of oil in it, and I'm going to drop the meatballs in there one at a time as I form them so that they can start to brown. You don't have to do this step, or you could even brown them in a pan on the stove, or you could just bake your meatballs. It's totally up to you how you do this, but we just love the way meatballs turn out in the Instant Pot. Here I am just kind of flipping them over a little bit so they can get browned on all sides. And then as they finish up browning, I'm just taking them out and setting them in a bowl on the side so that I can fit more into the bottom of the Instant Pot. Okay, I deglazed the pan with some mushrooms and then added some tomato sauce, put the meatballs back, and I set it on meat for 10 minutes. Okay, now I'm just going to add my tomato sauce to the top and put the lid on and seal it and let it cook for the 10 minutes. And then when it's finished, I just added another can or jar of the pasta sauce and the olives, and I let it saute for a few more minutes, and then we ate it over our pasta, and we had rolls with it. Maddie, is it nummy? Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed watching my large family dinners of the week, and that if you enjoyed this video, you will subscribe and give it a thumbs up, and I hope to talk to you in the comments below, guys. Bye!